Right, end of February 2025, Thursday the 27th, and after a 3.5 month hiatus due to various reasons, mainly the weather and partly because of this camcorder. It's been with Panasonic for a couple of months because I detected a small fault. Viewers haven't really commented on it, but basically there's a little clicking sound going on between or when I join the clips together. I wasn't happy with that, but Panasonic were unable to fix it. It's a built-in problem to do with the built-in microphone and can only be remedied by an external microphone. Obviously most of those are unidirectional, which means they pick up from the front, so you probably wouldn't hear much of me speaking, which may be a godsend to some. But so I'm still looking for an external speaker, an appropriate one, because I'll see how I get on with this today, because I'm still using the internal built-in microphone, and I'll see what happens when I clip this one together today. But in any case, I think winter's behind us now, finally, although after last night's rain there's still a lot of water on the ground, because last spring 2024 the high water levels never really dried out over the summer, and compounded with this winter's rainfall, there's water everywhere basically. So I'm down here on the south coast today doing book 2, walk 28, a variation of which I haven't done for a number of years. This variation is C, which I have done in the past, but it's about 9.5 miles today. Should have time for that. It's now 12 noonish, and I hope we're done by 5. So yeah, good to be back. Got a decent day for it, a bit breezy, be about 9 degrees today, wind chill bringing it down to about 6, so not exactly tropical. Anyway, let's crack on. As I say, got a bit of up and down with the Seven Sisters on this route today, so I'm testing myself, first walk of the season, so let's see how we go. The previous version of this walk was filmed from here to Eastbourne, the whole route, nearly 14 miles, but I won't be doing that today. I haven't got time. So we're going to branch off just before Birling Gap and go up to East Dean, pick the bus up back to Eastbourne or Seaford, it depends which one comes in first. But yeah, go up to East Dean, and I may not do the walk along the Cuckmere River because I suspect that may be flooded in places today, so I might take the Vanguard stroke King Charles III coast path variant, which is higher up. Have a look when I get there. So this map in the station gives us a pretty good idea of where we're going today. You can see the station there, I hope. Over to the Cuckmere, inland for 2.5 miles to Exceat, wherever you pronounce the local version. Over the Seven Sisters there.
This is a security message.
Over the Seven Sisters there to Birling Gap, just before the lighthouse at Bell 2. And then up that path inland to East Dean. Catch the bus there to either Eastbourne, which is nearer, or Seaford. Passing St Leonard's Church. Now hit the seafront, New Haven over there in the distance. And as you can see, a very decent day. The Martello Tower being the most westerly of a chain of Martellos. The other one ends in Aldborough, Suffolk. This one is also the museum. Constructed to defend us against Napoleon once upon a time. This one's number 74. My notes tell me there were originally 103, so not sure what's happened to the other 31. Only ahead. Almost certainly different to when I last walked it, with cliff erosion, I'm sure. Passing an information panel about Seaford Head, which we're just about to ascend. As you can see, we're on the Vanguard Way, which is what I mentioned earlier that I may follow to Exceat. Looking back over Seaford with the downs in the distance, the view I've filmed many times previously. New Haven in the distance. Golf course on the left here. Guess that's a links specifically. Bit of a steep climb ahead now. One of the chats there, I believe. Don't think it's a red start. Gone. Lots of people out today as well. Not too muddy underfoot thus far. Partly why I chose this walk today, because I thought that'd be the case. Inland, different kettle of fish. Problem with this route is you've got chalk underfoot and that's always slippy. Some kind of navigational aid for commercial aircraft apparently. Probably tells them where the edge of the cliff is. And there's the infamous Seven Sisters just coming into view. As you can see ahead, a fair few people out today. It surprises me, although it doesn't, not with this homeworking lark going on. Just past the end of the golf links, nice and peaceful now, or a bit more peaceful. As you can see, the sea is very still today, not too much breeze, which is good. Plenty of traffic out there. World's busiest shipping lane, which always surprises me when I think back to the shipping lanes around Hong Kong and China. I don't know how this can be busier than them, but apparently so. Must be all those inflatables. There is out there one of the dreaded wind farms. Getting ever closer to the Seven Sisters, and the lighthouse is just visible. The bell too. So just arrived at Cuckmere, and the tide is on its way in. And though it looks possible to cross at this point, it isn't. You can see the river flowing into the sea there. There are two options here. Most people seem to be taking the route I've taken in the past, which is along that raised path there next to the Cuckmere. going to take the higher path, the King Charles III coast path, higher up, just for a bit of variety. Yeah, a mile and a half to the country park. And according to this, 2 mile to Seaford, which is a bit short actually. I'm on about 2.5 at the minute. Passing through Walker's Gate, and remember this is also part of the Vanguard Way, and it's interesting that they've chosen this particular route for the coast path. Lots of gulls and geese out there. No lambs amongst these sheep just yet, but I know they're about. Saw it on Countryfile. Amazing. Not sure what they are, duck white. But I have heard, pretty sure I heard curlew down here. There goes an egret. I think it's a little egret. There are lambs over there. You can hear them. So they must have been put into kind of a nursery. The Cuckmere River is actually flowing out, so the tide is on its way out. Fast as well. One dicey section here as we approach the pub car park. Trust's Chinnington Farm. We need a Cuckmere Inn. So I intend having my lunch around here somewhere. Find a little nook. It's the Cuckmere Inn. Just gone 1:30. I'm in the picnic area of the Salt Marsh Cafe and Seven Sisters Visitor Centre. So this will be an appropriate pit stop before I press on. So just gone 2 o'clock, lunch has been had. And no sooner am I a safe distance than the crows and jackdaws move in. Amazing. They were monitoring me whilst eating it and waiting for their opportunity. Get a few crumbs. Now I wasn't expecting to see any of these today on this particular walk, but in my absence I noticed that the snowdrops were a bit late this year, probably by about 3 weeks, but they are certainly abundant, big and bulbous as well, so that's possibly a good sign. As you can see just behind, the daffs are very nearly through as well. Crocuses are out and the bluebells are pushing through strongly. I pretty much missed last spring because of the weather, so I was determined not to miss this year's one, because I think even in 2022 I wasn't particularly around. Old age. So let's see if how long I can last this spring. There you go, crocuses as well. Immediately outside this place, there she blows, the Seven Sisters Visitor Centre. Interesting old pillbox up there. This concrete track I'm on's got the feel of an old military road as well. Cracking late February afternoon now. Bottoms up. Pied wagtail out there. Certainly plenty of bird life around, as you can hear. So by this 3-armed finger post, come to a number of gates. Our onward journey straight on. Now following the South Downs way. There's those houses at Cuckmere Haven where I was earlier, and confusingly it does look like you can get down to the beach here on the path that I didn't take just a moment ago. So if you took that path down to the beach from Cuckmere Haven and then this one, you'd cut out the 2-mile diversion to Exceat, I'd guess. Risky, but it's what it looks like from here. Just there. People pushing prams down there at the minute across it. So assuming you can access the beach from Cuckmere Haven cottages, which I saw people doing. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, you get a clearer view of it here. And there are plenty of military remains. That is Haven Brow ahead of me there, the highest of the 7 sisters, and I'll get a height when I get up there. Decent vista back to Cuckmere and beyond. No, there's no way across the Cuckmere. The path takes you down to the beach from Exceat, but you still can't get across the Cuckmere. You'd have thought they'd put in a footbridge by now, all these years on. It's popular, even more so now. Decent view on a very clear day today. Visibility is really good, thanks to the breeze, which is northwesterly today. That blot on the landscape out there, that wind farm, really annoys me. Such short-termism. That's the annoying thing about it. We know in just a few years it'll be superseded by something far more efficient that doesn't destroy the landscape, as I've previously said. It'll actually be interesting to see what happens with Trump's drill baby drill policy, because I am rather inclined to believe that que sera sera will, with the climate, the mass, 6th mass extinctions coming irrespective of what we do down here now. The world's doomed. Finished. Okay, I'm now stood on the summit of Haven Brow, and according to my altimeter, it's 258 foot high, which is no great shakes, is it? Now on Short Bottom, which has dropped down to 166 foot. Now ascending Short Brow, couldn't get the height of short brow because my altimeter packed up. Hoping it doesn't stay packed up. Anyway, that's Lime Kiln bottom ahead of us. Looking back towards Cuckmere, probably last time I'll be able to do so. Apparently I'm at Brass Point here, the halfway point of the Seven Sisters. A glorious afternoon. Good start to my return, all being well. Sound of that light airplane over there reminds me that today they're making a judgment on the use of the emergency runway at Gatwick, i.e. doubling the traffic there pretty much, which would be an absolute catastrophe for the South Downs National Park and the country generally. We do not need any more aircraft in the air. Absolutely shocking. Similarly at Luton, near me, just don't need it. Since COVID, numbers have dropped right off. Classic indicator here of the erosion that's occurred over the years, and how once upon a time we used to be joined up with France. Some idiots left a gate open. These sheep have got on the wrong side of the electric fence, and they're very close to the cliff edge. See the gate over there. I haven't got my sheepdog with me today, so I can't round them up. There you go, Birling Gap ahead of me there. I won't actually reach there because I branch off just before it. Just 129 foot at this one. Altimeter's working again as we close in on Birling Gap and the point where I branch off. Hope you can read that. It's about the benefactor of this land, Dean, to the National Trust. Thank you very much. So there's Birling Gap, and beyond it La Belle 2 lighthouse, residential home, which has been moved over the years, but I'm branching off left shortly to East Dean. So I leave the South Downs way now, that way to Birling Gap, this way to East Dean, which is a mile hence according to the sign. Parting shot of the sea, Birling Gap. Looking down over East Dean with the busier 259 in a distance there, and a couple of 12s. Very frequent service that, my bus, as noted at lunchtime. Coming into proper downland country now. Descending via a wooded hangar, really. Wooded section. So the bird song increases. Up at the village green with its Ukraine flag. A bit inauspicious that today, with Starmer out in the States, and there in the corner, tea time stop, the Tiger Inn. A Thai restaurant takeaway there, and a small deli. The coffee shop, the Hiker's Rest as well, which in the winter closes at 4 o'clock, which is 7 minutes ago. So I'm just here at East Dean Village Hall, where I'll wind this walk up, I think, because I'm not far from my bus stop now into Eastbourne. And thus far I've only done 8.5 miles, 3 hours 21, which isn't a bad start to the season, considering that's a fairly undulating walk. It's not as tough as the ones down at Charmouth though, that I've done down there, the Dorset ones. The hills down there on the coast are 600-700 foot. Anyway, very nice walk, lovely day, excellent for February. I haven't even noticed the temperature, which has been perfect for walking really. So, let's see how frequently I can get these walks in now, with all the other issues going on in the world. Till the next time. Book 2, Walk 28, version 3, completed.